Hey everyone, welcome back. We're going to review episode 6 of Higurashi When They Cry. Wow, a lot happened in this episode. And we get to see some of the similarities with the first arc, but some of the differences with the first arc too. Okay. Here's a couple of similarities and differences. First off, in this episode, Keiichi learned about all the mysterious deaths related to the dam. Okay. And how everyone who died was related to the dam in some way. However, he already knew about the dam, unlike in the first arc when he actually didn't. He didn't know about it at first. Okay. So, and I actually didn't pick this up in the last episode, but I just thought of this just now as I'm recording actually, that in the last episode he seemed to be coming home to the village from somewhere far away, but in the last episode, or the last arc, but in the last episode, the first episode of this arc, he seemed to already be in the village, like he didn't go away at all. So maybe that's why he actually knew about the dam, or for some reason he didn't know about the deaths. Okay. So, then again, they did seem surprised when they heard he didn't hear about the deaths. So he did learn about them here. Okay. And there also seems, in terms of more dark tones, there seems to be a lot of huge fucking tension between Mion and Shion. Okay. Both of them are hiding something, and there seems to be huge tension between them. Like, they tend to have a love-hate relationship out in the open, but I have a feeling they probably hate each other and are probably going to try to kill each other later on. That's just my theory, though. Okay. Let's see here. During the Cotton Drifting Festival, which happened once again, instead of watching the dance, Shion and Keiichi actually snuck away and went to a shrine where they met that photographer guy and that one chick that was in the last arc. Okay, the photographer guy was the one that died, and that other chick, I forget what her name is the one that ended up disappearing in the last arc. Okay, and all four of them ended up breaking into the shrine and seeing what was in there, and we got to learn a little bit more about the history of this village, where I believe it said during the Cotton Drifting Festival, or something about the Cotton Drifting Festival, they would actually tie people up, rip open their stomachs, and pull their intestines out with all of those torture devices in there, and they would do it just right to where they would actually stay completely conscious during the entire process. Alright, so pretty fucked up, and they believe that, or that one chick believes that it actually still happens, although obviously they can't tell the villagers that because they would say it's blasphemy and whatnot. They basically say it's bullshit, and they would come after her. So obviously they can't tell any of the villagers that, but she believes that it still happens. Also, the statue of Orishio is in there, which is the god that they keep talking about in this series. Okay, it's supposedly one that casts the curse of Orishio. So, yeah, and shortly after that scene, Shion calls up Keiichi and tells him that both of them have died. So here's a similarity and a difference. In this arc, that one photographer guy dies all the same by gouging out his throat. Okay. However, that chick who disappeared in the last arc actually dies in this arc. Apparently, she was burned. She was literally burned to death. Okay. And what she's assuming is that since there was actually 2 deaths based on this curse, 2 people will have to disappear in order to please Orishio. And Shion thinks that it'll be both her and Keiichi, because they were the only other 2 in the shrine. Okay, and that's basically where the episode ends. Wow. A lot happened in this episode, and it was really good. I love how dark this is getting. Oh my god. Like, this is a lot darker than the first arc, okay? It really is. It's a lot darker than the first arc, and I'm loving it, okay? The detective guy was in this episode. He talked in 2 scenes. He was at the Cotton Drifting Festival briefly, and then he also, in a scene after that, he was chatting with Shion and Keiichi briefly. Okay, and it looked like things were about to get serious, but he had to leave for important business, I'm guessing. So unfortunately, that scene didn't get fleshed out more, and we have 2 more episodes left in this arc. So I'm assuming that since that scene was there in the first place, he's gonna be having a major conversation with Keiichi once again, and if not the next episode, then the episode after that, or maybe both, who knows. But overall, great episode once again. Really fantastic, okay? Really confusing, but really fantastic nonetheless. I just love watching this arc now and seeing all the similarities and all the differences with the previous arc, okay? And it's really interesting. This is a fascinating series, and I can't wait for the next episode, okay? Because I'm really invested in this now, okay? I am. I'm loving watching each episode. Like I said before, I normally have a dub-only policy anyways, but this especially because in order for me to keep up with this, I have to watch this dubbed. I do. The dub's not that great, but I have to watch this dubbed in order to keep up with everything that's being explained. Alright, so yeah, I'm assuming the next season will be even more so, since that's basically the Answers season. Okay, but either way though, tell me what you thought about this episode in the comment section below. If you've yet to see it, I definitely recommend it. This arc is already heating up, which is good because there's only 2 more episodes left in it, so it better start getting serious right now. There was some comedy in this episode too, alright, but not a huge amount, not nearly as much as in the last episode, where like the first half of the last episode was almost nothing but comedy. Good comedy, mind you, but comedy nonetheless. Where this episode there was a little bit of comedy, but not too much of it. But I'm not complaining though, because I'm loving the dark themes in this series. So anyways, overall, hope you enjoyed this review, guys. See you guys. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.